Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here once again. We are looking ahead to today's slate for the 10th of October. Hopefully, you guys all did pretty good yesterday. Wasn't too bad for us. Scored a 245, so cashed in most contests. As normal, if you guys want to come join us, $15 for the rest of preseason. Season pass is 250. Will end on October 12th. After that, it's going to go back up to $400. So definitely get in while you guys can. Only have about 3 days left to do that. So. Yeah, hopefully you guys did pretty good. We have a four-game slate here today. Philly, Cleveland, Washington, Charlotte, Houston, Miami, and Phoenix and Denver in this one. So, as normal in the preseason, all the news comes out about an hour before, so definitely keep an eye on that one. So let's go get into it. So Washington and Charlotte. I'm going to do this as if nobody is resting. So this should be the game to target here. Looks like Bradley Beal's going to be out. Looks like he has an illness going on. Um, but yeah, my main guys to be looking at, obviously in Charlotte, if they're going to play their guys 25, 30 minutes as normal. They're going to be chalky. You've got to be looking at LaMelo and Terry for sure. As you see here with LaMelo, 25 and a 36% usage rate, 22 shots last time out. So, like I said, it's going to be chalky, 80, 90% owned. So just got to be, just got to put him in there. Terry Rozier, not as good, 28 and 32, but still a solid play. So both those guys you got to be looking at. I don't really see a ton on that Washington side. You can look at Kelly Oubre as well. The one Washington guy that I do like is Ryu. I know he did pretty good over there in when they were traveling. I think they were in Japan. I think that's where they were. Yeah, they played Japan. Obviously, that's where he's from, so he did pretty good. But I'm still gonna take a shot at Ryu. Looks like Beal's gonna be out, so I do like Ryu Hachimura. And then obviously Kidstaps Porzingis, if these guys are going to play 25 plus minutes. Ryu and Kidstaps are my two favorite plays. So yeah, Ball, Rozier, Kidstaps, Ryu, Kelly Oubre is probably like in the second tier. One guy that I wouldn't be surprised that could go off here is PJ Washington. As you see, terrible against Boston and Indiana, but then played one more against Boston, had 30. So just depends on what PJ you're going to get. If you're playing tournaments, I would probably put him in a couple of your lineups just because he's a boom or bust. Another guy that I think could be lower owned because everyone's going to go Joel Embiid could be Mason Plumlee. And another guy I don't mind, 28 and 33. Usage rate's not the highest, but all around, get you rebounds and assists like that. So I think if you're playing tournaments, I would not mind putting in Plumlee because, like I said, everyone's going to go to Joel Embiid. Speaking of Joel Embiid, here he is. Like I said, probably going to be your cash game play. As you see, only had 18 minutes, but had a 31.6% usage rate. Still shot 13 times. So we get word he's going to play 20, 22, 25 minutes. He can easily get you 30 fantasy points. So got to be looking at Joel Embiid. Like I said, depending on what Philadelphia does, because they do like to rest their guys. Tyrese Maxey, once again, if none of these guys are resting, got to be looking at Maxey. Hopefully they get their minutes up because Maxey 14, 15 minutes. This guy's killing it. Had a 39% usage rate. So definitely don't mind looking at him. Another guy I don't mind looking at is Shake and Milton. If these guys are only going to play about 18, 19 minutes, can definitely look at Shake Milton. Definitely more of a GPP play for you. And if for some reason Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, if those guys all rest, Julian Champagne, I think he's in a good spot. If he plays, as you see against Brooklyn, had 18 minutes, 21.5% usage rate. So that's just a GPP if those guys are out for some reason. And that's mostly it from that Philly side. Looking at Cleveland in this one, got to look at Donovan Mitchell. Once again, we'll see how many minutes both these teams play. Donovan played 19 last time out, 25.1% usage. Spent 26 points. So if he's going to play 20, into the second half, Donovan Mitchell is probably one of the better plays out there. Besides that, not really feeling anybody at all on this side. Maybe Garland, but that's really it. Houston and Miami. Once again, Miami's that team that likes to rest their starters throughout the preseason, so I would not be surprised if Kyle Lowry did sit here. He did play last time out. Miami did have that back-to-back, so obviously Butler did sit out in one of those, so We'll have to see if Lowry's going to play. Don't mind looking at him, but not a massive play. But definitely could be worth consideration. Um, so yeah, like I said, I don't think they will. But if Miami does rest their guys, only plays them 18 minutes, you got to look at Jamal Cain and GPPs. This guy's been blowing it up. At 38 minutes against Memphis. Yeah, so I think a lot of people are going to go to him. Like I said, if they're playing into the second half, I'm not going to have a ton of Kane. I still think he's worth a GPP. If Butler's going to play 20 plus minutes, got to look at Butler. Terrible on his first time out though. Bam Adebayo's obviously almost a lock if he plays. He has played almost all preseason games, so may give him a rest here. And if so, Nikola Jovic, I think that's how you say his name. Another guy that could be worth the play if Bam is out. So just have to see how Miami does with their stuff, and also Omir Yurtsin could be in a solid spot as well. So just have to see what Miami does with their starters. Going over here to Houston, Jalen Green, Kevin Porter, two main guys to look at if they're playing 25 plus minutes. You got Sengun, but not really feeling them. So yeah, Green and Porter are the two main guys I'm looking at over there. And last but not least, we got Phoenix and the Denver Nuggets. So looks like Denver's probably not going to play a lot of their starters. Murray and Jokic are already probably going to be out here. So we'll have to see if Phoenix presses their guys. If Phoenix does what they do last time, play their guys into the second half, Chris Paul and Booker are going to be your main guys to be looking at. Don't mind Aiton kind of as a one-off, and I think he'll have lower ownership as well. Moving over here to Denver, as I said, looks like Murray and Nikola Jokic are going to be out, so Aaron Gordon could be worth a look. GPP is probably low ownership, under 10% in my opinion. Had a 20.3% usage rate, had 22 minutes. If he plays 23-24, probably sitting around that 24-25 range once again. Zeke Naj, you can look at him as well. Have to see how much he plays, but if Jokic is out, another guy that could be in a GPP area. And I think the most obvious play is going to be Michael Porter Jr. Going to have no Murray and no Jokic if they give him 24-25 minutes. Shot it 17 times against Chicago. Yeah, I think that's a must play there. And the other one to look at if Murray's going to be out is Bones Highland. 38.3% usage rate against Chicago, 29.4. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. So let me go give you guys a couple plays that I'm looking at. So yeah, like I said, chalk wise, LaMelo Ball. I mean, a lot of really good plays. Booker, Paul, Maxey, Terry Rozier, Michael Porter. I'd put him probably at the small forward. Jalen Green, Bones Highland. I think its ownership will be relatively high, but a lot of really good point guards out there today. Shooting guard. Said if they play into the second half, got to look at James Harden and Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey's worth a look as well. Terry Rozier, just plug him in there. Washington defense is absolutely terrible, so I really don't mind stacking this Washington Charlotte game. Both these teams are trash, so their defense is not great, so don't mind stacking it pretty good. Rui Hachimura in there. Don't mind looking at Kit Staps as well. Yeah, so I think it's pretty easy to build the lineup here today, depending on the news. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Like I said, there's a ton of other plays that I mentioned that I do like that you can fill in there as well. So that is mostly it. Some more if you guys want to come join us. Only $15 for the rest of the preseason, $250 for the season pass. Includes FanDuel and DraftKings. That will end on October 12th, so get in while you can. Like I said, it will go back up to $400 after that. So if you guys want to get in, check us out on our Twitter. That'll be in the comment section below for you guys. So, all right, that's mostly it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do, leave a like. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys a little bit later on.